Hello, I'm Brian Wheeler. Thank you for joining me on my channel. If you wonder why I'm biting down on the straws, because I need to order the talk. Long story short, he screwed it up. I had to bite down something. Moving on. Alright, I thought I made this video before, a long time ago when I was in Korea, but I didn't. Or I did, and somehow I got screwed up and didn't post or whatever. So this is finally coming to, now it's here. A few days ago I made the video for Howl's Moving Castle, which is technically the fourth Studio Ghibli film I've seen. First one I've seen was Spirited Away, which was but there was one film. I watched that when I was in AIT, and I was like, okay, I'll watch this other one. It's being recommended, My Neighbor Totoro. I started watching the beginning. I was like, what is My Neighbor Totoro about? Now, unlike Spirited Away, which was in English, this one was just strictly in Japanese, and I was like, okay, I'll just watch it in Japanese, read the subs and everything. But the beginning itself was so just intriguing with the kids, how the kids acted. And I was just like, huh, interesting. So I couldn't figure out, but then I was just like, I was entranced by it. And I couldn't do anything else, but so I was just like, you know what, I'm going to watch the rest of this. But it got copyright struck on YouTube because I guess it was an illegal upload. And I'm like, oh. So I went trying to find it, and it was only available on Amazon if you bought it. And I was like, screw it, I'll buy it. So I bought it. I owned the film through like Amazon and everything, and I watched the whole thing, and let me tell you, I freaking love it. My Neighbor Totoro is just a charming little film and everything, and mostly because of how the kids act. Well, you know, in the beginning, she's going after the dust bunnies. You just see her determination and everything. It's just so awesome seeing how the kids are and everything, because reading about the film, the animators would actually watch kids and everything, like how when they were going by the studio and everything, they'd study the kids for movements and everything like that, and it shows. And that was part of the charm of why this film works so well for me. I love this film. It's kind of slow. I will admit that it is a little bit slow, but if you stay with it, it's just like, hey, this is worth it and everything. Neighbor Totoro, plot point. The story is, a father takes his two daughters, moves them into a different area in Japan, so they can. It's like in the 1950s or so. They move there to be closer to where their mom would be. I think supposedly she's in a tuberculosis kind of hospital or something, but they're a little bit closer at least. And he's some sort of college professor or so, because he's working on paperwork and things throughout the film. Yeah, how the father gets portrayed. You see him stressed, trying to work on things. Again, it's just very realistic how to do any stuff. And then you see the Totoros, the mini one, the little one, and then you see King Totoro, or just Big Totoro, you could say. And it's just kind of like, if you don't know what Totoro is, besides the picture there that I showed, I actually drew this and I showed it in my my drawing video from the other day. King Totoro. I need to draw him with an umbrella though. I'm really proud of the leaf on his head. That's probably the best part of it, but that's basically what it looks like. I need to draw ones of him smiling and everything as well. What is a Totoro? It's never really explained. He's like a giant bunny cat thing. Oh yeah, there's a cat bus on there. It's like a bus, but has like 12 legs and has the face of a cat, and it takes people from here to there. It's like Totoro's kind of like a spirit. It does deal with a lot with the Japanese belief about spirits and everything like that, so you get a lot of different cultural things about this film from about the Japanese and everything, which is interesting to have, see a different perspective and everything. And even though I was going to Korea, I've seen it while I was in Korea, but it's about Japan, but still, I guess that doesn't work. But oh man, when I was in the bookstore when I was back in Texas, I was they had this like stand devoted to like Ghibli stuff and everything. They had like a Totoro plush, and they had a Totoro puzzle. I wanted to get that puzzle, but I was trying to condense stuff and I didn't have any room to get at the time. One of these days I gotta get those puzzles. I mean, I got those Anna Green Gable puzzles, which is, those pictures are from like the anime that whoever made from the 70s, but still, this movie is charming. It's just, it's, I don't know, just daily life kind of thing. It's mostly about the sisters and everything, their relationship with their dad, them worried about their mother, and the Totoros are there just being there. he's just waiting on a bus. That's why he's got the leaf on his head. He's trying to prevent himself from getting rained on, and she offers him an umbrella, and he's just like, and he listens to the sound of the rain on the umbrella, and I remember doing that as a kid. That's part of the reason why that scene is funny to me, because it's just, I like listening. You hear the raindrops, how that hits from the trees on the umbrella. It's just like, ooh, that's a cool sound, and he also thinks the same. But it's a nice little film. Highly recommend it. So, I don't know. It's definitely one of my top films for animation-wise and everything. I just love it. So, have you seen My Neighbor Totoro? If you haven't, go see it. I haven't watched the English version. I watched the original language version stuff, but I like that one. Oh yeah, there is one scene that is weird, considering all the other things I've seen. That's weird, but it's weird for a Western audience. And I read into it, and I'm like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. There's a scene towards the beginning when they first move into the house. The house is rackety, it's old, it's falling apart. They show them bathing together. The father and his two daughters. The oldest one's like 9 to 11. The other one's like, oh, she's 4. May's 4, because they said that. But they're bathing together and everything. It's just kind of like, that's weird. But reading about it and how that's a culture difference. And Western audiences is like, that's weird. But from Asian audience, Japanese and everything, is like, no, that's good. He's taking, and everything. They're saving water. And it's not an issue with the Japanese, but it's an issue for us. It just shows the cultural impact and everything. It's nothing, lewd about it. It's just a cultural thing of everything. So it's like, okay, so as long as it's not that type of thing, but okay, that's fine. It's just that scene is just like, okay, that's a weird scene. Other than that, movie's fine. So, for some reason, I love this movie and everything. There is a musical I found out in London that they released. I haven't seen any clips of it, but I just found out they started doing a musical. A little controversy because it's about as long as the movie is, and the movie is slow, so I don't know how. No, it's not a musical. It's a play. Is it a musical? I don't know. I'm trying to see what the Totoro. I'll probably look it up after this. If there's an image of how they made him look lifelike. If you've seen the Adam Savage, yeah, Adam Savage made a cosplay of a Totoro thing they took to a Comic-Con thing years ago. I was like, well, that's interesting. And there's several other people dressed like that too. I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool. But seriously, if you haven't watched My Neighbor Totoro, go see it. It's a cute little fun thing. So, and please don't remake it. There's so many things of being remade. Don't remake it. Don't remake it. Suppose there's a little sequel thing of May with that little cat bus things, which hasn't ever been released from what I know. I haven't seen it, so. But still, don't remake it. Alright, and don't make a live action of it, please. Don't bother doing that. Alright, well, see you in the next one. If you've seen it, tell me what you like about it. See you in the next one. Bye.